Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, if there's no way to understand the fact that Disney Star Wars is an absolute disastrous dumpster fire under Kathleen Kennedy running the entire show over there, well, it looks like we're going to have some more delays, some more stopping, and it looks like the Daisey Ridley movie, the Rey movie, for all of you wonderful Reylos out there, is going to be on hold, possibly even indefinitely, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, this would kind of line up with some of the stuff that we'd heard about in the background, right? That, of course, Disney had been told, Burbank had told Kathleen Kennedy they needed to go with a more Luke-centric kind of storyline and stop dealing with all of these nonsense BS characters that nobody cares about, and then obviously turn into one more financial disaster after another. And boys and girls, we've got that lined up right here, because if the rumors end up being true out there, it looks like we might not ever see Daisey Ridley come on to another Star Wars movie out there. And wouldn't that be some incredible egg on the face of Kathleen Kennedy out there after dragging Daisey Ridley out for the Star Wars Expo, the little fan expo and all of that kind of stuff, and to only have this thing end up never coming to fruition? Talk about a smack into the face. So we're going to check out this article from cosmicbook.news, getting all of the juicy details and see exactly what is going on. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Are you sad to hear that the Daisey Ridley movie might be officially shut down? It might be indefinitely delayed. Or are you one of those out there that, yes, please, the less of the prequel, the rest of the Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy that we get reminded of, the better, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. So from cosmicbook.news and our dear sweet friend Matt McGloin over there, Star Wars Daisey Ridley movie rumored on hold. It's once again rumored that the Star Wars movie set to star Daisey Ridley and be directed by Charmin Obid Chinoy is facing major problem. And yeah, Charmin Obid Chinoy, that's the lady out there that decided to say that she likes to make men uncomfortable with her movies and all of that kind of stuff out there. Yeah. Who's literally been nothing more than a documentary, who has done things about, like, women's struggles in the Middle East, which is great, and that's all fun and all. But what pedigree, what kind of experience does she have that says she would be good at making a Star Wars movie? Yeah, there really isn't any of that. This will be at least the fourth time it has been said the flick might not happen. The most recent rumor comes from via Daniel RPK. The scooper said the film needs more work and is now on hold. Daniel RPK also adds that the movie is not expected to start filming until 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, who doesn't know when, but at some point during 2025. That's absolutely insane for something that was announced almost a year ago at this point, that there have nothing but problems and delays. And guess what? Disney's broke when it comes to a lot of circumstances out there. Bob Iger has already flat out said that they are going to cut back in the less of the quantity of garbage that they are pumping out and try to concentrate more on good quality pieces here and there. And obviously, we haven't had a Star Wars movie in the theaters in years, boys and girls, and boy, this could stove another very bad, disastrous dumpster fire. So did Daisey Ridley's Star Wars movie canceled or delayed? Back in May, we saw World of Real report that the new Star Wars Daisey Ridley movie was delayed and that Disney CEO Bob Iger had put a pause on the project, which once again would line up with the fact that, that's what we've heard, the rumor mill that Burbank told Kathleen Kennedy over there and Lucasfilm, that you needed to stop going in this direction that you're trying to go with all of these new characters that don't work. Obviously, this comes on the heels of the cancellation of The Acolyte and everything else as well, and just one more disastrous dumpster fire after another when it comes to Disney Star Wars. So the Empire City box office also said on X around the same time that the flick had been killed off by Bob Iger, who had previously said Disney is pulling back on Star Wars. Once again, would line that up with there, because that's the last thing Bob Iger needs is another hundreds of millions of dollars disastrous dumpster fires on like he's had with The Acolyte and so many other things out there. Worth a mention is that Stephen Knight recently appeared at the Royal Television Society's London convention, and there was apparently no mention of Star Wars. We can also add that WB has put Dune 3 up against the release date thought to be for the Daisey Ridley Star Wars movie, December 18th, 2026, which would mean because obviously Warner Brothers is going to have the inside track on what's going on at Disney a lot better than many of us are out there in, of course, the news and entertainment industry out there, and it's one of the things where they would know, and that means if they don't think they're going to have to go up against a Star Wars movie, then they'll have no problem putting their movie out there that exact same weekend. That could be very interesting, although Dune 3 is definitely not something I'm excited about in any way, shape, or form. According to the rumors, the writing is on the wall that Daisey Ridley and Charmin Obid Chinoy's Star Wars movie isn't going to happen. Fans aren't surprised, and this has happened many times under Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm. And yes, this is something we've seen. Rogue Squadron, we've seen all of the rest of these. We know Taika Waititi movies has been canceled, that's not going to happen. There's a bunch of projects that Kathleen Kennedy has announced over there at Disney Lucasfilm, and it ends up coming, does not not come to fruition in any way, shape, or form. And concerning the fact that how much of a disastrous dumpster fire Star Wars brand is currently in right now, with hundreds of millions of dollars getting wasted on television show after television show that just turns into another disastrous dumpster fire, would it surprise anybody whatsoever that Bob Iger said, nope, not spending money on something that's going to end up flopping and failing flat with us, just like all of the rest of your Disney Star Wars sequel trilogies did. Not going to happen. We ain't got the money to spend. So Kathleen Kennedy, come up with a new idea. Well, hopefully find a new job. But at the end of the day, we know that woman is only going to leave when she is good and ready. But at least for all of us fans out there, at least we won't have to suffer through reviewing, watching, and talking about a Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie. And honestly, no shame to her whatsoever. I think she's a wonderful woman. But Kathleen Kennedy is nothing but a disastrous dumpster fire in any project that comes out underneath her. And the Disney Star Wars brand is almost guaranteed to be nothing more than hot garbage. And ladies and gentlemen, the Daisy Ridley movie would have been the exact same thing.